If you're relying on doing endless calf raises to get faster, you're wasting time and you're probably setting yourself for injuries instead of real gains. So in this video, I'll break down the actual role that your calves take in sprinting, the best way to train them, and the best exercises to train the calf for explosiveness. Part 1, why doing 1,000 calf raises a day does not make you faster. Your calf muscle is called the gastrocnemius. This muscle is a biarticular muscle, meaning it crosses two joints. This means it's not a huge force producer in sprinting, except for early acceleration. So if you're relying on basic calf raises, you're only improving a limited part of what your calves can actually do. Plus, research shows that anything past 30 reps doesn't reliably build muscle, it just leads to more fatigue, which could lead to more soreness, but doesn't automatically mean you're building more muscle. Beginners might see some short-term gains, but over time, this approach will lead to Achilles problems, calf strains, and plateaus in speed improvement. So if 1,000 calf raises a day doesn't make you faster, what will? Let's break that down. The first step is strength. Your calves do contribute a lot in acceleration, and research suggests that the gastroc and soleus generate over 70% of force production in early sprinting, which is the first 0 to 10 yards. That means if your calves don't have a base level of strength, then you're leaving gains on the table. So here's how to actually build strong and explosive calves. The first exercise is going to be a basic standing calf raise. You can use a Smith machine, barbell, dumbbells, or single leg variation. And I want you to get somewhere around 1.5 to 1.75 times your body weight for 6 to 8 reps. The second one is soleus strength work. This can be done by seated calf raises with a machine, a Smith machine, even some isometric lunge variations, or some dumbbell weighted variations, even though they might not be the best load. The third one is going to be isometric strength. So you can hold isometric calf raises for 20 to 45 seconds and even include isometric pushes for 5 to 8 seconds where you push as hard as possible. These give you the raw strength qualities needed to be fast in sprinting, but strength alone won't make you explosive. Part 2, plyometrics and reactive strength for the calves. Calf strength is only one part of the equation. You need to train elasticity too, and that's where plyometrics come in. We can break them down into 2 categories. The first category is low intent plyometrics. This will develop your tendon durability and elastic strength. The type of exercises I like for this is going to be jump rope, low level hopping, and ankle dominant single leg hops. These will usually be done for longer durations. For example, doing jump rope for 3 to 5 minutes every single day. So essentially you can do it for long durations without messing up your tendons or getting injured. Then the second category is going to be high intent plyometrics. This is going to be stuff like hurdle hops, resisted pogos, and even max effort sprinting. This is going to build power and reactive strength, and doing low to medium sets with full recovery is the key to improving speed. But remember, none of this is going to work if you don't program these exercises correctly. Which brings us into step 3, programming for speed. This is where most people get it wrong. So I'm going to show you how I program workouts to build strength and reactive strength in the calf to become an explosive athlete. These type of programs I've used on my athletes ran 10.2, 10.5 in the 100 meter, and even 4.4 in the 40-yard dash. So in the first phase, we start off with extensive plyometrics that are going to build the base for reactive strength, and we do that before we do our max effort sprints. Then for max effort sprints, this is going to naturally train the gastroc and soleus under high sprinting loads. If you look at a lot of the force tables, sprinting has some of the highest loads, if not the absolute highest loads on the gastroc and the soleus in terms of peak forces that it has to take on. Then after our sprinting, we usually would do a power dominant plyometric, and afterwards we're going to do some ankle dominant plyometrics, stuff like hurdle hops, deft jumps, drop jumps, or even bounce. Then when we get in the weight room, we're probably going to do a yielding heavy isometric for the soleus. So although it says a rear foot elevated split squat, which is a knee dominant squat, we raise to the ball of our foot. That way we're targeting the soleus and taking on all the load that we usually would take onto our glute, but putting it onto the soleus. This is a great way to build strength without adding on excessive fatigue, but that's just day 1. For the third max intensity day, we focus on upright sprinting and fast ground contact times like bounding and hopping to improve our reactive strength index. And if we do anything in the weight room, usually be an explosive pull to further develop that explosiveness, or some type of calf raise variation like a seated calf raise machine. And this structure ensures constant progression and not just random exercises being thrown together. This stuff is progressed over months and months for actually 12 months in a row, so you can actually transform your speed. So if you want to hop on the Speed Academy to transform your explosive speed, build strength and power, then click the top link in the description or the pinned comment to join today. So the calves are crucial for sprinting, and we know that doing 1,000 calf raises a day simply does not build the calves correctly to sprint faster. But you should know that they aren't the only muscle group that matters. If you're focusing on the wrong type of training, then you could be wasting years of your life doing training that absolutely translates to nothing. So make sure you watch this video right here on everything you need to get strong and explosive in to become a fast and explosive athlete.